In Southampton. Today is a local derby between two of the men's senior sides, between Team Solent Kestrels and Worthing Thunder. National Cup action. Solent's first footsteps in this cup this season, followed by after winning the cup last season. Worthing the opposition today, really strong test for them in the cup, but to defend the three-time champions here, could be in threat of losing that unbeaten run that spanned all the way to the final for the 18-19, so that's like 3 to 4 seasons ago. Now obviously you had to buy the COVID season, but I really thought this one, Solent will be feeling confident after yesterday's win first 10 Valley Cavaliers. Worthing got through what was a difficult road test in the capital, Westminster, proving their forward to all sides of the league with a 14th seed. They did let Worthing go off easily. Solent in white today behind me. Worthing in the blue shirt, so a really good game. One of the four. Let's get into the sides and talk a bit about the two teams. No real injury worries for Solent to talk about today. Seeing team lineups there. I think a few of those are from the D2 game. There's not so many guys on the floor today. You've probably got your 13-man roster for Solent down there, give or take 1 or 2. Worthing Thunder made a short journey across. Lots of talented players, lots you know, but Worthing really improved well this summer on the back of the rebound all-stars. Ronald Blaine giving Coach Zaire an idea or two, or vice versa. Pre-game, lots of chat, because obviously there's familiar faces with Andre Arisol, the guy you see in the bleached hair towards the left of your screen, Orlan Jackman, and one of many guys who swapped Solent to Worthing this summer. Lots of familiar faces. And basketball royalty in the house, Orlan Jackman, a holder of a Commonwealth Gold medal. So it's great to see him back on the South Coast. This is not the first time he's been here this season. These two teams met in the Kick King Trophy warm-up trophy tournament. Obviously Worthing to play Hem, I believe, for final details for that final to be announced next week. That's going to be a really exciting tie. And also those two teams, Worthing and Hem, will meet next weekend. So that's a kind of preview for the trophy action. But obviously we've got the lead, which Worthing are top of, trophy, which Worthing and Hem will in the final. National Cup action, 4th round here, Solent versus Worthing. Winner will play one of Essex or TVC at home. We're 6 minutes away from tip-off. Apologies for this late tip. The previous game ran on a little bit longer. One of those problems you have when you have so many games on one day in one venue. Obviously, guys, thanks for joining. And if you were here yesterday, you witnessed some great games. 2 senior teams in action. The ladies beat Worcester. Really close game. On paper, what we weren't expecting. Bear in mind, both teams are opposite form. We don't go to the team lineups now.
Veron Easy, 30 Olu Shodunki, 55 Tom Ward, and number 44 Tyan Sangu. Worthing Thunder coached by Zaire Taylor. and assisted by Chris Wright.
There's
Now
no
everybody,
cheerleaders
it's time
walk
to
up
meet our
Kestrels
home
today,
team.
but Jerry's
Put your
on
hands
hand
together,
lead
make
up
some
team
noise
straight up
for the
shortly.
team Solent Kestrels. Starting with number 2, Patrick Adedeji.
Let's go!
At 3, Justin Bessard.
Okay.
4, Jude Carmichael.
Okay.
Wearing 5, Ollie Wright.
Return to the Mac. Get him what it is, what it
At
is, what it
6,
is, what it
it's
is.
Zane
Looking for a better way to
Pullman.
get up out of bed instead of getting on the internet and checking a
7,
new hit
Sam
again.
Akano.
Shock him, strut walking, little bit of humble,
9,
little bit of
Greg
practice, somewhere
Durand.
between like Rocky and Cosby's for the game.
Number
No,
10,
can't
Reginald
copy.
Ivey.
Yeah, moonwalking in this year.
11,
It's a
Kai
party.
Walker.
It's been on Broadway, and we
Number
did it
12,
all
Ilyas
with
Taiwo.
music. I shed my skin and put my
13,
bones into
Jaden
everything I
Carvalho.
look forward to it.
And
Yeah,
number
I'm
21,
on
Ricky
that stage
Madison.
right. Go and shine on down. Got
Team
that
Solent
Bob Barker
Kestrels,
suit game,
coached by
go
Ben
in my
Stanley,
style. Money.
assisted by T. Graham.
I often find these games the attendance at the SSC is often a barometer of how maybe this game goes. Well, we do travel in numbers, but Solent fans not filling up the arena just yet. Maybe a bit of nerves, a bit of lack of confidence, just worrying on a really good form here and beating in all competitions. As I mentioned, these two teams faced in the trophy. Solent were 6 points up at half time, but Worthing was just too strong for makeshift Solent side, who still made their US imports and ran out 22-point winners. As I mentioned, they advanced to the final after a good knockout display. They will play Hemel Storm. Details to be confirmed. Both teams just go through their final bits of warm-ups. It should be a really good game. Really looking forward to see how Justin Bessard, number 3 from Kestrels, responds after that great performance yesterday. He got 22 points, 13 rebounds. A really excellent performance. I mean, obviously for Worthing, yes, they found it tricky, but although Jackman got them out of jail with a good double-double performance alongside 4 steals, 1 block. This team's got many talented players, and so you pick your poison because they can attack you with any guy. And it's win or go home in this National Cup game. Winner will place the winner of the Essex and TVC, and they'll have a faithful home tie in the quarterfinals. We're about 2 minutes 36 away from tip-off. Apologies again. Last game overran, which delayed this 3 o'clock originally planned game. But don't worry, we're here. We're ready for the action. If you're joining us, thank you for tuning in. It's been a really good game. And I'm sure a lot of you guys will turn your attention to the England game later on this evening. But we've got this one first. And live stream on Barcelona England's YouTube channel. If you're new to the channel, it's the hub for pretty much every game during the Barcelona England's competitions. That's the NBL, WNBL, EABL, but no matter what the game is, on Kitchen Trophy too. We've mentioned that already a few times today. And be sure to subscribe, like, share, join the conversation with hashtag NBL2223. We are about 2 minutes away from the action. You've got time to put the kettle on, get ready. It's going to be a blink and you miss it game. Both teams out for glory. So even from when these two teams met, the King Trophy is a much changed side for Solent. Now they have their US imports of Justin Bessard and Ricky Madison in the fold. Worthing obviously missing Kamal Archer, who contract was mutually terminated, so he did off, I believe it's to Spain, but still a very strong side who are keeping that unbeaten run going. Starting the fight to be named shortly. I don't think there'll be any live stats, as with National Cup games it's not stipulated as a requirement. Right, if you just join us, we're moments away from this tip. I'll wait for the starting five for both teams. Solent on screen there, momentarily switched to Worthing, who in blue, Solent in white. It should be a great game between two South Coast rivals. A lot of history of these two teams. In all competitions, Worthing got the first blood previously the Chicken Trophy, but Solent will be rejuvenant after getting their first home win yesterday against a good Thames Valley Cavaliers side to break a 1-3 run. As I mentioned, even though Solent may not be experienced in the form maybe used to the last 4 years, defensively they're a lot better than their what was quite a low position before yesterday's game suggests, with the 5th best defence in the league. Demonstrated by keeping the Cavaliers to around 60 points yesterday, but it'll be a tougher test today as they face a thunder sizer, one of the most potent in the league. And usually a typical starting five. Andre Allison making sure he greets everyone, including the guys on the bench. Orlan Jackman gives captain Lars Paul the hug, but he's joined along. Everyone easy. Hafif Abdul and David Moyer. So the same starting five as yesterday, with number 3 Justin Bassard, 6 captain Elias Porman, 7 Samakano, 9 Gregory Durand, and 21 Ricky Madison. He's wearing number 21 this afternoon, 22, but he normally wears. I believe that's a kit reason rather than any other reason. So a very quick game transition. Worthing often joke, but they call it each game a 10k cardio session, trying to outrun the opposition off the floor. Here we go, a bit later than tipped off. Bassard versus Hafif Abdul. So to win the tip of our first possession. So in white and red, Worthing in blue and navy. Good tip, a steal by Orlan Jackman. I said he had 4 steals in yesterday's game, real good on both ends. Shot from wing a little bit on the short side, but both forwards for Worthing can shoot from range. One of the main reasons why they've been outscored teams by such a big margin. Nice little dive there for the gold medalist, but he didn't get his gold medal dive and he got in basketball, the 3-on-3 for England. Head coach Stanley and Kyle Walker saw the funny side of that. Pullman guarded by Eze, finds Bassard, edge of the ring, darts inside, good steal again, second steal for day for Jackman, who gets fouled. I believe they didn't call out on 21 Madison. Great defensive play early on, with Jackman clocking up 2 steals to start the game. As I said, live stats will not be here, so it's not mandatory, but I tried to tell you, Chapman's got 2 steals out of his 4 from yesterday. Moyer missed the first free throw. Missed the second. There's a goalless start to this game. 0-0 in the first minute. And another tip pass by Worthing. Really showed that defensive intensity. For me, Moya is one of the most underrated guards coming into this season. Made our team here, but didn't make the NBL's team here. Really showing people what they were sleeping on early on. Durant on the wing, steps inside. Lovely pass out to Bazaar. The big man had shoot. That one no good that time, but good passing by Solent. You feel the difference in atmosphere today without the cheerleaders, without the drum. It's a little bit more of a cemetery feel today, but I'm sure it will liven up as this derby always demands that sort of atmosphere. Chapman inside. Good. I think that might go out as a block if it was. That's by Bassard. Lovely handles to forward hand. Walk out ball. Lovely no-look pass. The two Americans combine, and it's Solent who draw first blood here. Took about 2 minutes to get going, but they broke the ice here on a cold SSC Sunday afternoon. 2-0 Solent. Oh, we got the drum in house now. I told you the atmosphere will build as the game goes on. Step back three from Aerosol. Nothing but net, but just the wrong kind. Sam McCartney, flashy guard. Against Aerosol. This is going to be a good clash. Both really fast, tenacity guards. Bessard can shoot, as I said already. Against Chapman, good little matchup there. Laces that one. 4-0 for Solent. Moy versus Akano. We haven't yet to get going, but it's been a slow start for both teams this quarter. Aerosol in the corner thought about shooting. Very good three-point shoot as well as defense. A couple of years ago was the DPOY of the season. Solent almost forced further to use all of the 24-second clock and some, but weren't yet to find the bucket. They started slow in the kicking trophy for these two teams met, but as I said, much change side both teams. Bessard gets the spin moves going. As I said, 22.13 rebound double-double. He's definitely in the fold for player of the week honours. No spoilers for me if he got it or not, but check out Basel England in the week to see who made our team of the week. Chapman, no good that one. Nice little pickpocket by Bassard. On Moya, but in 2-on-1 break, and all of a sudden it's gone a bit away from an 8-0 start, 6 minutes 39 first quarter. Timeout called by Sai. Yeah, he'll want to talk things over. Solent will be really happy how this game started. 4 points just Bassard, and a pair of buckets of Sam McCartney, Ricky Madison. It's 8-0 on the South Coast. There's some replays here. Lovely football by Bassard, even when Moya did the sort of tip pass there. So the Kestrels family former current in Safi Georgie, who was last week's Photosuits player of the week, team of the week, to watch them, as well as former captain Elliot Das. There would be more Kestrels convincing, but the under-18s ladies are in cup action versus Ipswich. I'm sure the Kestrels family are wishing well. Yes, Dry Media, yes, he did have 26-12 last, 26-12. Timeout. Thunder not changed. Solent keeping the first started 5. Kai Waters on the bike currently. Third game of the race not started. Allison, I'll get the skates on. Nice pass through on easy inside. Breaks the ice for Worthing, 8-2. Good spacing by Solent. Carlos free on the wing. Face up is all the way. Too easy. Thunder got a lot to do. They started slow. Big characteristic how they started the season, finding it sort of hard to find their rhythm, but once the second and third quarter started, were able to find it. Good defense by Durant, forces to miss. Solent on the 4-2 break. Solent able to sort of pass it around a bit. Carlo Rain will probably think about shooting, gave it to Madison. 10 on the shot clock, need this off to go. Captain in the corner. Way yippee-ki-yay! Elias Portman joins the party. Apologise for the Christmas film. Jokes, but it's a season to be jolly, and it is definitely a season to be jolly at the moment. So the 13-2 up. Good defense again, forcing Worthing out of play. And Kyle Walker's going to check in. I think Gregory Durant will come on and standing ovation by his coach. He just wants to fresh things up. I think it's a great start by Solent. Apologies, score drive still says 3-2 for some reason, but it's 13-2 for Solent with 5 minutes 51. 13 left of the first quarter. Outside on the side, kicked out to Easy. Nice finish for Oleze. That's on the 5 points now. 13-5, 5 minutes 3 left of the first quarter. Apologies for having a few problems with the graphics card. We'll resolve that shortly. Bit of a high ball to Pullman, couldn't save it. Past the midway point now. 13-5 Solent. 8-point ball game. So lovely movement by those two. Jackman fancies a shot, goes inside, finds Blaine. Fouled by Bessard. Will Blaine go to the line, shoot too. If you just join us, welcome. We've Solent restarted strong in this game, 13-5. Blaine made the first one, which moves up to 6. Blaine was trying to get Moyer to come down. He's like, no, I need to guard Kyle Walker for the quick pass break. Blaine makes 2. That's his first entry into the game. That's for Oleze, started 5 points. Lovely pass inside. Where was the defense? Wasn't down at the SSC. It's 10-point ball game now. Nice screen by Jackman. Oleze kicks out to Moyer, finds Allison. Good pass in by Worthing. Moyer from downtown. Barely grazed the post, but if that was Cristiano Ronaldo, he said he would not contact on that one. Portman lovely behind the back pass. Kyle Walker, defense is panicking here. Bessard low post, double team comes. Doesn't come, but Solent will keep possession there. I think Blaine had a point there. I think the ball came off Bessard, but it will stay a Solent possession. 8-point ball game, Solent up 15-7. Yes, see about just at the half full here. With majority of Solent fans, whereas haven't travelled in massive numbers for this one. Director of basketball, Matt Diamond, just entered the arena. I'm sure he'd be happy to see the scoreline as it is at the moment. Easy route to the baseline for Bessard. He's building upon his 22.13 rebound performance yesterday. Everything's over for Ron at the moment. Number 21 for Worthing, but he couldn't get that one to go. Double team on Portman. You know there's no space in the corner. Madden doesn't mind. He goes through traffic. Both imports on 6 points already. Worthing untested against these two imports and quickly being alerted to their powers. The drums here noise the atmosphere. The fans here, they really appreciate Acano goes alone. Water might be the better option in the corner, but Solent do those sort of plays, 12-point lead. Water looks a bit bemused there. The foul called on him with Blaine having a 3-point play opportunity here going to the line. Gregory Durant comes back on for Sam Acano. I think Worthing don't wait till after his free throw before introducing Tom Ward into the game. Ullablair Faye, good shooter, makes that free throw. 9-point game, and he's going to sit off for Tom Ward. Again, defense will put the intensity and traps on Portman. And they've got the turnover, so Aerosol going to the lane. Good defense on Portman. Now, so got a 2-on-2 break here. Walker skates around the D, finds Portman, and I think they'll go for the double team on Portman again. But that means Madison's free. Got to watch where the players are, because Solent will bring the double team. They'll put the pass out. 11-point game. Chapman uses size to get things happening from that's his first points of the afternoon. Coleman on the wing, him, Kyle straight chemistry, and he just spread out Boy like he wasn't there. Kicked out to Bassard. Lines up a free. No good, so should be able to get a rebound, but Boy is there first. And now it's Worthing on transition of 3 gets 2, so you get back quick though. As he sizes up, drives aside, good defense of Portman, but Moyer's free for the 3. Hauser gets the rebound. He was hoping, but Moyer was in his spot, he wasn't. Sire Taylor picked the ball, but he's low, long gone, the field play. The head coach sitting down for this one. Coach feels like it's a good idea to give his import rest of the bench. And again, it's gone to see him just in a bit of a one-on-one team talk there with Gregory Durant coming on. Meanwhile, Orlando Jackman sits off Haviv Abdul. That's the luxury of having such a talented team. He puts all off like Jackman on bench. We've got quality in Abdul, the replacement. Good ball in by Sola, who love out 4-out-1 in motion. Kicks out to Portman, outside the arc. Airballed it. Yeah, Worthing possession, and we'll see Sola checked it a lot of time with one of the talented youngsters Sola picked up from around the country. Tyler, I believe, was from the University of Hertfordshire. Really good pick up on the wing and straight size at both ends. And a reasonable 3-point shooter. Nice screen by Abdul, got a bit of space now. Arizona in the corner, better shot. Ward is a rebound. Abdul can shoot. Look at what to do. Forced to shoot from Death Valley. Ward with rebound. Coach Danny being really happy how Solent started with 21-12. First quarter lead. Good defense by Worthing though. Water in the corner. We've got 8 on the shot clock. Solent assessing their options here. No need to rush things. They need to run down the clock. But that wasn't the pass they wanted. Durand behind Eze. He gets the and one. That's the 3rd time Solent be fouled when he used that aggression going to the line. It's definitely a good tactic to have in transition for them. Captain Portman will sit off for Sabacano. Well, there's a leading all scores of Ricky Madison, both on 8 points. 14-second shot clock and game clock differential to close out the first. So still in a really good position, 6-point lead. Oh, the baseline drive. Kicks out to Durand, really good job with that Stuter. It rattled the rim and went down. 9-point game, 17 seconds on the shot clock. Worthing will probably try and finish with 1 possession game. Got a screen and Abdul, he wants it, uses it. Abdul on the wing, drives inside. Tyro, good defense. And Solent defense tells Worthing, you got to put more work in the second quarter. As Solent walk off to applause from the home crowd. 21-15 up, 9-point ball game. Worthing got it all to do, but we saw this yesterday for Worthing. I think it was 32-23, 9 or 8-point game in the first quarter. It's there's Westminster, and they fought back to game it on. And we did see this in the Kitchen Trophy. Worthing has sometimes start games slow, but they finish them strong. Worthing were down 6 points at half time, and these two teams met in Trophy, but powered through to a 22-point win behind 22 points of Aerosol and 18 points of Blaine. And on that day, Gregory, Durand, Solent, and Kai Walker got 31 between them. Here's some highlights. And Phil Leslie's been really hard to stop. What a 3-point shoot by Gregory Durand. Solent really finding the work. And I think it's been a great game. Just what I thought about, because yes, Solent are quite low down. They haven't had the run they wanted, and on the back of their first win of the season, many people would have this pencil down to Worthing win, but Solent will be competitive. They won't go down without a fight, and as we've seen, they are in a nice comfortable position, up 24-15. But don't count off Worthing, unbeaten in all competitions, and they've had a long journey to get there with 3 Kitchen Trophy group games, some knockout games, and in the league, and also the National Cup. Even though with favourable fixtures, they're on an unbeaten run at the moment. And something's got to give next weekend, because they face Hemel. And both teams, top of the table D1, one of those teams might lose their unbeaten record if Worthing don't lose it today. Here we go, back for the second quarter here. Worthing come out early. The starting 5 is Aerosol, Moya, Abdul, Eze, and Tom Ward, with Jackman and Ronald Blaine having a little sit-off. So they haven't really made any changes from the 5 who were on the floor just before the end of that first quarter. And now going on the defensive end to start the second quarter with a 9-point lead. They're led by Ricky Madison on 8 points with Justin Bassard on 6. And then Ronald Blaine for Ron Eze combined for 13 of Thunder's 15 points so far. Kai Walker and Andrew Alsall share a choke. Those two have played with each other quite a few years. Alsall swapping the South Coast to Worthing this offseason. Lovely play just out the Sire Taylor handbook for sure. It's as smooth as anything. So they're playing the first draw was a little bit crunchy, but that was definitely some smooth peanut butter play by Worthing. Broke the ice quickly after really finding it hard to get if you go in the first quarter. Carney thought about the 3, went for the high probability inside look with Kyle Walker, and so the return. Lovely play as in the corner. Good rebounded by Worthing. And they recycle it. Moya down the lane. Lovely high arc shot there. He gets his count in the red. He's in 2 points now. 7-point ball game. Bit of slippery fingers in the paint there. Madsen thought he was fouled there. Low pass to Maddie. Wasn't able to shoot that, having to lift the ball up to the height of shooting. Akano off the glass. Bank is open and SSC. Both teams using light shooting off the glass late in particular. Abdul too strong, but good defense by Madison. So got luck to the rim, 3-on-2 break. Duran there. Madison cleared the lane for him. Then they call offensive foul on Madison. They felt he did a bit too much to clear the lane. Missed the slow plow there, going to books for his second foul for the afternoon. Coach Stanley not taking any risks to bring on Justin Bizard. Madison's quite a cool cat. You'd be surprised if he clocks up too many quick fouls after that one. 9-point board game as we head into the midpoint of the second quarter. Abdul catches shoots, no good. Solent really make sure they man the paint to get those rebounds. Nice handle by Cardinal, dancing into paint. No option, had to kick it back out. Nice ball move by Solent. Cardinal hesitates but finds Bizarre just in the top of the key. Bizarre wants the 3-point lay. And that goes. That's automatic by Bizarre. 9 points. He's having a great weekend already. Abdul versus around low paint. Waters thinking about sending help, but there's enough help there anyway. Good defense. So really relishing the battle here in the derby, and they're on the 31 points. They're 11-point lead. Stanley trying to control his men there. Dern's now on 2 fouls there. High arc shot goes in for Abdul. The official was making Madison to sit down on the bench. He's badly distracted the officials too much there. Abdul made the first one. Werman shooting well from the line so far. Made the second. It's a 10-point ball game. Solent put a press on Solent, but Solent be able to play out the trap quite easily and do it again. Durand here finds Bassard. Top of the D. Durand, top key, likes this one. And we like it too, Gregory. He's lighting up this afternoon, making amends for that foul call. 30-point ball game. Worthing in a hurry to get business done here. Solent been playing a lot of minutes without their captain, and he's about to come on. Worthing are definitely stunned here. Kestrels soaring. Get your puns up. Durand says no. Back-to-back possession there. Kyle Walker. Glass says no that time. Solent really got the pumps on. 9 on the shot clock here. We got a game down on the South Coast here. Solent aren't to underestimate. Good steal by Belaine. Bassard called for the foul there. I think there's been a technical too there. The technical called. Refs really stamp it down on Solent. Any back chat's not being appreciated by the refs today. And that's Bassard's second foul. Both imports on 2 fouls. Or 3. Apologies, they obviously even technical too. So he's on the 3 fouls. He needs to watch out. He definitely has history on the SSC of fouls. He got fouled out in, I think it was the Loughborough game. I've been in a game before that, was on 4 fouls. Both Americans just need a bit of a chill pill for a second, because if they let the emotion get the better of them, Worthing will come back strong. Officials just confirm with the bench. We just make sure everything's up to point. Good to have a little breather because this game's at such a fast pace. Kestrels got a 12-point lead. Not many would be expected at this point of the game. I think I'm just trying to hold on here because I think Bessard's game is ended. I think his first foul was a technical, but his second was the holding foul, the third to be the technical. That means his game is over. Big blow for the Solent team, and he's taken his time going to the change room. The second time he's been being fouled out, and work and bench look very happy. Big blow for Solent, such a big part on both ends. Bessard and Cameron then just walking to the change rooms. We won't see him on the court now. But this Solent side are team orientated. They will focus on what task ahead. Triple team in there. Abdul. Foul calls been quite hard on Solent here. I'm not really sure. They called out Portman, but I'm not really sure what he did wrong there. But they just need to stay calm here. They can't be picking any more technicals. So yeah, Bessard's got off for 2 unsportsmanlike fouls. And Solent will have to get the job done without him. Like I said, he put in a major performance yesterday in the win. And I think Worthing bench, they are smiling, but I'd say to them, he's still not focused on the game. Can't be the happiest achievement getting someone fouled out rather than what they did on the floor. They've still got to get the job done. Solent will be without their imports for a lot of this game. They probably want to protect. Madison is on 2 fouls. Runs into traffic. Durant keeps hold of the ball. Worthing feeling it. Portman off the glass. Captain delivers. 10-point game. Solent obviously in the team foul trouble, so they have to be really careful of any touches. Allison no good. Solent really frustrated there. What can they do in these sort of situations here? I think the refs are definitely interpreting the rule but a bit differently to how Coach Stanley would want it to be interpreted. I'll try not to be too critical of the refs here, but in these derbies it's hard for the players on both benches not to get too emotional. Alton makes the first. 9-point ball game. It's really important at this stage so that look at the game management, not let play the emotion, play the game. They make the second. Chapman's going to come on for David Moyer. Coach Stage will have a quick word with Gregory Durand. I think on the whole he'd be encouraged by the performance, but still the fouls have not helped Solent. And the way both teams play, it will frustrate the other because they both play with such defensive intensity. If one's not getting the rubber agreement calls, it will be feel tough on the other. Great tip pass by Portman. He's still playing with full intensity. He's trusting his ability. Chapman down low post as Madison's back on the floor. He needs to be careful. Tyler got a tip pass at Abdul here. Back to the hoop. Travel called there. I think Solent bench away. There was going to be a foul called with all the whistles going against them, but no, they saw travel first. Akano versus Aerosol. Match against the runners. Jackman almost went to help, but realised Madison's free. But Akano and one! Big play! Just what they want to take the heat off them. Benson now correctly inferred a technical themselves there. That will cheer them up, with some calls being a bit questionable to say the least. I was just saying, Jackman made the decision to come to help, but then tracked back. But where he was in no man's land, Akano sussed it out, drew the contact there, and he'll go to the line to shoot the L1 play. Big bucket in the midway point of the second quarter. Solent still got the momentum. Jackman swipes the ball where Tom Ward get the rebound. Worthing calling for a bit of calm here. Yes, they've managed to foul out a player, but they've not had the shooting luck just yet. And so high intensity defense. Blaine almost loses there, finds Tom Ward. Air balls, that was unusual for a sharp shooter. Jackman hustling and bustling. Travel called. Both teams got beat a bonnet trying to get stuff done quickly. It's not working for Worthing at the moment. If I was Coach Sayab, would call timeout just to calm the nerves down. They got excited with fouling out Bessard. I mean, now they've not really made much of a advantage of it yet. Definitely got a derby feel here. Cut the atmosphere with a knife. Duran, I'm not sure what he's thinking of that pass there. Hands got a bit cold. He's blown to warm them up, I think. It's very cold in here in the SSC today. Hassel drives the lane. The shot went behind him and sent towards the bucket. Solent got a break on it. Madison! Solent bench up, jumping and celebrating it. Lovely up and under. 12-point ball game. There's a shot on the cards here. I say shot because even though these Solent are the 3-time champion, this Worthing side really should be on paper much better than the Solent side, especially without Bessard on the field. Solent be able to play at their own will and pace, and Worthing haven't got an answer. Portman had luxurious choices and found his former teammate, Ronald Blaine. That was a foul, right call there. Blaine will go to the line to shoot the M1. I think if you don't put contact in there, you want to put a bit more, but then you're at risk of making an unsportsmanlike foul. I think in those situations, maybe it would be best for Kai to just let him go, especially how the game's going. We got over 100 people viewing. Thanks for everyone tuning in. I hope you're enjoying this regardless of your opinions of some of these calls. It's a great gameplay. There's two great sides, and that's what you want in these ties. You want to be talking about the players who are on the court playing, but Solent got to be careful with it. Not even at half time, but you got Bessard fouled out for the unsportsmanlike, and you got Durand, Walker, Madison, 3 key guys on 2 fouls. And I'm really surprised and scratch my head, but why Worthing only got 1 player on 1 foul? You know, I think the refs have some sort of a. That's all I'm going to say about it. But let's talk about what's happening on the floor here. Solent, 4 minutes left of the second quarter, up by 10. Behind Madison 10 points and Messard's 9. Worthing started with just using Phil Eze as the main go-to, but Aerosol and Blaine up 7. And Blaine will get to shoot from the line for the ad 1 play. Well, what a game. And obviously, let's try to see if Coach stays trusted. Kai Walker to stay on him, but he got his second foul just then. Worthing taking the time to come back on. Same 5, but came off in the timeout, come back on. And Blaine will go to line to shoot the and 1 play if anyone's hadn't forgotten. Ronald Blaine trying to get his team fired up. The ref wants a bit going. He made that one. So staying for worth in possession. Play goes on here. 4 minutes 11 of the second quarter. Solent up by 9. Had a double-digit lead for the majority of the second quarter. So down low, he'll be looking for some runners. Goes alone. Friendly bounce off the rim. It's a 7-point game. It's the closest we had it for a minute. Nice ball. What's it? Carno looking. Lovely pass side. Madsen not having the glue in his hand, hold the ball. So keep going on. Durand in the corner. High rainbow arc. Just short. I can hear Ronald Blaine's frustration from down up here. Get his teammates try and move ball a bit quicker. Rowan getting rattled one in off the rim. There's a 5-point ball game here. Momentum's shifting away from Solent a little bit now. Captain's slowing it down. Carno, nice off-ball screen movement by him. Double teams joining him, but they'll be stuck in no man's land. 3 on the shot clock. He skates around and Portman baseline 2. Also, one-on-one break. I don't think it was a foul him here. He chucked out and missed that one. And again, Solent on transition wants to watch here. A sigh there. Durand will sit off now on 3 fouls. And Jackman will go to the line, shoot 2. Chapman, Commonwealth gold medalist, sinks the first to make it a 4-point game. He's now on 5 points. He started the game off well with a pair of steals. And Reed got his team out of jail yesterday, apologies, with a good performance there. Worthy of team re-conclusion. And Worthing shooting really well from the line. I think they've only missed a handful and then multiple trips to the line. Nice defense for Chapman. Solent got players free, though. Mads, a nice one to finish. Walker tried to put back, no good. Both teams loving playing fast break transition here. Chapman. Travel call, but I think that was a slightly harsh call there. As I was trying to understand it by recreating the movement. Double team press here. Solent won't worry too much about playing out of that one. Madsen guarded close by Chapman. Lovely pass to Portman. Foul called on Andre Outside. Well, his second foul of the game as we're 2 minutes away from half time. Compared to Solent's 12. Again, Solent like that sort of easy look from the baseline ball. Didn't get it to go throw on Eze. Again, transition, fast break movement here by Worthing. Moyer kicks out to Chapman, thought about the Death Valley 3, fought against it. Moyer faked and goes for the air ball. Went a bit longer than I thought. I thought it was a little bit short of the arc, but came off front rim. High water in the corner. So to stay a Solent possession here. Rest getting quite animated. I think they just need to let them play a bit more than to just keep pulling a whistle. Madsen on the wing, drives inside, double team Cubs, spin move. Tough finish, Jackman palms it to Moya. And Waddle Blaine, lovely tip pass by Carno. Wervin really trying to hit Solent on the fast break. And they got a 3-point game. It's really close down here after Solent had a little moment of momentum at the start of the game. Lies past him, Eze. Water jumps with him, but fear of making a foul lets him get that too. Eze now lead all scorers on 10 points. Madsen leading Solent on 10 as well. Good defense by Solent. Both teams tried to put their hands in, but no luck there. Portman coast to toes looks a bit fallen, but he's got back up. Alasov, top of key, slides issue, palms out to Moya. Oh, that almost went down the spun up. Solent happy to slow things down now. 1-point ball game and down to the last 45 seconds. Lovely movement by Portman. Spins away from Blaine. Now it's got Eze on him. Looks for the screen. Goes left, rejects it, kicks out to Walker. Wesley stepped out of bounds. And Jude Carmichael if Portman, the rest said he sort of slipped, lost his footing. He needs to have a little sit down on the floor there. He's definitely putting a shift in early on. .28 seconds remaining here. 1-point ball game. Worthy on possession. Moya on the ball with Jude Carmichael, a very good defender. Picked up a bark in the ABL. He'll try and dodge this screen for Jamie. He does. He goes under. Moya step back on the free throw line. Walker catches it on the bounce off the rim. 6 seconds left. He'll probably fire for 3 in a second. And half-time, folks. Team Solent Kestrels lost Bassard half through the second, but they still have the lead, albeit 1-point game. I say similar to how they played in the King Trophy. They held a 6-point lead at half-time. I do have a little breather. What a game. I'll probably come back in about 5-10 minutes, look at some of the key performances. As I say, no live stats today. It's not compulsory for cup games. One more half to go. The winner will play one of TBC or Essex on home court in the quarterfinals. Team Solent Kestrels hoping to stay unbeaten in cup since they lost at the 18-19 final. Stay safe, put the kettle on, and we'll see you again soon, folks. If you guys still there, we're going to have some highlights from the first half on your screen momentarily. 2 steals. Andre Alston, former Solent star, doing a little bit of everything. 9 points and 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. There's a main man, Ronald Blaze, shooting really well. 2 to 3 from field, 8 points, and 1 rebound, 1 steal. players back out for the warm-ups. I've been very lucky to get a printout of the stats, and I thought I'd just break down some things. As we've seen, Solent really having to defend on the fast break from Worthing, and Worthing, so in terms of fast break points, I've got 13 and 5 second chance points. That's really a real key factor of Worthing's offence, is really when they get to turnovers or get the ball, they really try to attack Solent at pace. And Solent really got to find a way of stopping the key playmakers, Dane Moyer and Andre Alves of Worthing, assist kings there. They're combining for 5 assists, 2 steals with 1 turnover between the pair. That's definitely been key for Solent to lock in the defence. Sorry, the offence, apologies. In terms of shooting, obviously, Justin Bassar being fouled out was really promising for Worthing, because he was on 9 points, 4 for 7 shooting, 3 to 4 from 2-point range in the paint, with 4 rebounds, 4 assists. He went off for 2 unsportsmanlike fouls earlier on, but Ricky Madsen's leading the shade for Solent of 5 to 9, 2-pointers, all in the paint. So really dominating paint, 28 of her 40 points within the paint. Really good ball movement for Solent, finding those holes in defence, especially if Worthing tried to double team the ball handler. And then for Worthing, Ronald Blame really efficient, 8 points from 2 for 3, and that's included 2 or 3 and 1 plays. So 1 and 1 play, and 2 from the line when he was fouled. He has got 1 rebound, 1 steal to his name as well, and he's been the only one of 2 Worthing players in the plus minuses positively wise. He was Worthing trading 1, Worthing a much better side with Ronald Blaine on the field. He has a plus 10, really let his efficiency show. And so really struggling with Bassard on the floor. He was plus and minus 12, and the rest players not really hitting the same heights in terms of the influence. So that's going to be a key role how Solent deal without their main man in the second half. They had the biggest lead of 13, and that lead, it was 34-21, but since they had that big strong run, they've only scored 6 points. So the momentum is definitely with visitors here, as Solent looking to keep an unbeaten record in the National Cup since the 18-19 final when they lost to Loughborough. That really fuels them to sort of go on a unbeaten run and win everything in their sights. They're down to 20 seconds before the second half starts, and it's going to be explosive down here on the south coast. So really got to be careful of the foul situation. Worthing, they've got 2 players, 1 foul. Solent got Durand on 3, Walker Mansell 2 fouls, Akana and Portman on 1. The leads, they changed once, so have had the momentum for most of the game, but with Bassard coming off being fouled out, they've lost a lot of their momentum, but they'll be hoping to start the second half of the front foot forward. And Solent's, one thing I also noticed with Solent's before is how well they were rebounding the ball. Kyle Walker leading them with 6 rebounds. They're out rebounding Worthing at the moment. Most of those being on defensive end, stopping Worthing getting the second chance points. And their starting 5 is Kyle Walker, the only change from the first starting 5, because obviously Justin Bassard fouled out. But otherwise, they're trusting the guys who started the game with 6 Lars Paul and 7 Sam McCartney, 21 Ricky Madison, usually wear number 22, and number 9 Greg Durand. Worthing with the strongest 5 out, Arisal, Moyer, Jackman, Blaine and Abdul. They're looking to start the second half strong. Carlo fills out to the corner, Walker out slightly off. Again, Worthing hit them on the fast break. Blaine gets Walker, that one's good. Now the lead's changed for the second time of the afternoon. Worthing up by 1. Off ball foul there. Only Worthing's third foul of the afternoon. Kind of squares up, finds Pullman in the corner, runs around Blaine, bounce pass to kind of on the elbow, shot goes wide, Worthing collect it, Moyer on the offensive straight away. Blaine drives into the paint, kicks out to Abdul just above the top of the key. His free shot, and Ty Walker gets his first rebound of the second half and the 7th rebound overall. No live stats here, but hopefully we get a printout on Shield social media after the game. Durant wide open the wing, you don't leave him open. He's feasting! Bucket performance from Sabacano. Leads now swapped hands for the third time this afternoon after not really changing much in the first half. Abdul double teamed, tries to spin around Durant, it's gone out of field, it will stay a Worthing possession. Boy, finds Arizona in the corner, not a good defense there, and again the lead changes. They've barely changed once in the first half. With it being so close now, it's such a closer game. Madison goes inside, gets fouled by Abdul there. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Great to have you all tuning 130 so far on the live stream of Basketball England. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. It's home hub for the majority of games. Live streaming the NBL, WNBL, EABL and Bucks competition, and also the Kick King Trophy. I understand the final details in terms of venue and date and ticket info will be announced on Monday, so keep an eye out on the Kick King Trophy socials for that. Madison splits the free throws to tie the game. Moyer putting handles, moves on, finds Blaine. Nice moving around the D. Good defense by Solent, not giving Robin any lead to looks. Blaine's on open 3. Bounce off the rim. Abdul with the and one. Put back, no good. Walker. Jump ball called, is going to stay a Worthing possession. And a turnover there, 3-on-1 break for Solent. Walker finds his former teammate who went to the Tom Brady pass to Will Blaine. Good defense by Sabacano. Not sure what the foul was called on there. But it's only a Worthing possession. And Pullman's second foul for the afternoon. Apologies that I missed whatever the ref saw there. Quick inline pass. Ref makes another call. Kind of plays it forward to Durant, holds on to it. Defense on him. Pullman top of the key, looking for some help. Meccano, well guarded by Moyer, and eventually gets a steal. Said that Moyer and Aerosol, great with steals, and the gold medalist gets a 2-point layup. It's a 2-point ball game, favouring the visitors. Walker's free on the left corner. Goes strong, good defense by Jackman and co. Jackman top key to make those. He decides to go inside. I think that was a bit of a travel there by the big man. Sort of walked it in. And Pullman gets the rebound, just ushers some calmness. It's the longest time Worthing had the lead in the entire game here. Spin move by Madison, fouled by Jackman. Solent putting on physicality here, forcing Worthing to make another foul. That's Jackman's second foul for the afternoon. Tactically a good player to get in the foul count. Does so much for the team, both ends of the floor. Jackman and Cameron, then former team, so Kestrels forwards, had an amazing set as part of the 3-on-3 England Commonwealth gold medalist team. Congratulations the whole team. Great ad for the team, and they're also shortlisted for the Sports Personality Team of the Year, I believe. Fingers crossed they get it. It's a shame, but our London Lions ladies who have got the 4-peat in WBL weren't shortlisted. Their team was amazing and real good effort for British basketball. Madison again splits the free throws. There's a 1-point ball game. Worthing established the lead for a reasonably long time. Go for a long three. Moyer nets that one. And Worthing real like this four-court press for on the D. It's making really fascinating couching these two teams. Foreman goes inside. Nice bounce pass. Kind of saves before it has a ball. Finds Madison. Foreman on the corner here, looking for a bit of help. Carter's behind him, might be able to kick out, but he punches around. Gets his feet set, laces that free, the bench up celebrating. Tied game now, 49-49. So not had a lead for a minute, but they're playing well. There's 5:50 left in the third quarter here. Chapman down low first Madison. Sizing up, kicks up the Aerosol. Durant got his hands up, but Aerosol sinks the free. Durant be disappointed after making this free by leaving Aerosol open. Allowed Aerosol to hit back straight away. Pullman, lovely passing between the backcourt. Solent, Kyle Walker with the 2-pointer in the paint. Thunder up by 1. They hold the momentum at the moment. Abdul open 3 on the wing. Kyle Walker in rebound. Blaine, real sort of sized up. Almost triple team in the paint now. Aerosol looking for some help. 7 on shot clock. Moyer guarded by Carno. Foul called. Right call there by the ref. So 2 team fouls this third quarter. That's Carno's second foul. He's one of 4 Solent players. All but one of them being the starters or 2 fouls. Kyle Walker, the only person on the bench with 2 fouls. Good steal by Durant. And Solent filling the lanes well, so he's got help on the right-hand side if he needs to try to walk to Samarkand. But Pullman driving lane, but over the head pass, goes to nowhere. Moyer does a Tom Brady-esque pass, Waddle Blaine. Easy finish from Waddle Blaine. I think he's giving a bit of chat back to Akano. He sort of mimicked him with his hands, but Akano was talking trash, and he was like, you do all the talk, I'm doing the action. And Coach did Pullman a little bit of a breather with Elias Tyra coming on. And Fiona Eze and Tom Ward come on for Waddle Blaine. Algeris as a pair done really well here, big part of Van Dam with a 3-point lead. They've had the lead now for a good 3 or 4 minutes. Mentioned the first half, the lead only changed once, and the third quarter, it's been a lot tighter than the rest of the game. Nice move by Carno. Walker in the corner. 7 on the shot clock, inside Madsen double team. Travel call day. Refs getting slightly better calls now in this third quarter. Looks like he needed the first half to warm up. 3-point ball game. Worthing in the lead and in control, you feel. Nice give and go. Travel there. Unoffensive foul called. Okay, I thought it was a travel, but more head in the hands. I have some sympathy for him there. I think fans game just want consistency of both teams, and I'll leave that to more experted opinions, but some of the calls have been a little bit dodgy, but I think both teams have had equally bad calls. Round off class, Banks says no. Jack with another rebound, he put a double-double performance in, helping Worthing get through the 3-point win against Westminster. Bottom side took him all the way, and Moyer loses his hands uncharacteristically there. Madison, casual as you like. 1 point game here. Just need a bit of composure here by Worthing as Solent threatening to take the lead back. Nice movement, fat move by Abdul. Definitely has a feel of a derby game. 3-point game in favour of our visitors here. Khan is so good on the ball. Ezra gets the hand in, but it's going to stay Solent possession. But Worthing bench appreciates his intensity on defence. Ishmael Fontaine's all of us. He looks really cold in his hoodie on the bench there. It's not the warmest here on the SSC. Man's down low. Lovely pass to Tyro, who almost lost the ball. Walker in the corner. Sure, he will keep the ball on. Hands it to Eze. Eze almost stepped out back court. And Moya, easy finish. Great movement by Worthing. He got a 5-point lead. So they need to get over the halfway line quickly. They do. 17 seconds left on the shot clock. Daman going away. Abdul almost batted out of bounds. Walker saved it. Tyron, lovely bounce pass to Walker. Is fouled. And Moya's second foul in quick succession there. Silly foul to give as Kyle Walker was always struggling to get that shot off. And shooter turn mop boys. Walker doing everything he can to help his team here. Say live streams are great to have family and friends around the world tune in and watch their loved ones play the sport. It's such a great advert for the game, and it doesn't often detract from the crowd too. I think a few people got here late, but we've got a half capacity fan base for Sunday afternoon with World Cup action on as well. It's no mean feat. Walker sinks the first, deficit down to 4 points. Ishmael Fontaine's, even though he's a little bit cold, get his hoodie off for his first bit of checking for the afternoon. I think he might come on for Moyer, who's... No, try to see who's going to come on for. He's coming for Tom Ward. And Elias Pullman checks in for Gregory Durand. Now so putting on the handles, put on the show against Acano. Now Fontaine first touches the ball, finds Eze right ring. He's looking for a bit of movement. Has to pass back to Jackman, top of the key. Good guarding by Pullman, not giving him space to move. 3 on the shot clock. Abdul's have to go inside the paint. And someone with a man of strength can definitely clear the lanes well there. Pullman going past the defense at will. Nakano in the paint, dances and turns, and he gets his bucket down. 3-point ball game. Arsenal against Nakano. 1 minute left this third quarter. So we'd like to finish this quarter strong and have the lead for first and time at the end of the quarter. Abdul got the moves on, overcooked this shot. Tyro finds Nakano. I thought Arsenal was in it still there. Lovely bowling throw to Walker. And where it touched Jackman's legs as they go out for a Solent possession. Abdul will take a breather with an all-star captain Ronald Blaine coming on. He's been a revelation, leading a leading role, 12 points behind Arsenal's 15. Tyler almost lost his foot. It finds Portman, dance inside. Lovely, palms that into the net. We've got a 1 point ball game, 1 minute 13 left of the third quarter. It's anyone's game as it's win or go home situation, with the winner having a home tie against one of TV Steel Essex. Both teams were fancied that game, as Solent just beat TBC yesterday and were unfortunate to lose 2 points to Essex last weekend. Blaine doesn't get the shot done in time. Good defense by Solent, and I thought the fallen Portman almost sort of stopped him getting even close. And we're going to see Patrick Adedeji checking for the first time. Coach Danny pleased with Samarkano's work and he needs a little breather. 47.4 seconds left of this third quarter. Kestrels down by 1. Nice long pass to Walker. We've got the drums going on here. The atmosphere's definitely been brought today. Adedeji hands off to Portman. We've got 14 on shot clock. Here Fancy is moved against Fontaine. Double team come, it's freed up Madison. Offensive foul called on Arisol, had his feet set and was just outside the charging circle. Ronald Blaine might have to mop that out himself. He's saying, look, I want that mop, but we haven't got a mop boy in today, so I think the refs will get the mop for him. Still pointing to the ground, it's still not been mopped. So we've got 29.9 seconds remaining, so it likely will be a 2-possession game. So Solent could finish the half in the lead, but it's currently warming up by 1 with 29.9 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Six-second shot clock game clock differential. Great defense by Adedeji. A foul called on him. I think that was kind of soft. 13.7 seconds remaining. Don't we want to foul in that situation? Now it could just be a 1-possession game to finish the quarter. And Wormwood likely want to run the clock down. He finishes third quarter for lead. Arisol takes a look at the clock. Dead guard by Adedeji. Sizes it up. I think he might try something downtown. Nice pass to Chapman fires Blaine. Laces that one. Buzzer beater. Just in the same nick of time. Just what Coach Syed would like in the fourth quarter, a 4-point lead. What a third quarter, folks. Lead barely changed in the first one. We started that third quarter with lead changing a few times when Worthing had that momentum and finished strong with a 4-point lead. Here's some of the highlights here. So really did well for that spin move into the paint, but that was a lovely movement there. Nice behind the back pass to Arisol. Then Chapman with his high IQ pass to Ronald Blaine, and good players do what good players do best, make those tough shots. And we finish at Blaine and Arisol leading all scorers with 15 each for Worthing. Madsen keeping up. It feels like that sort of game where no one's really outscoring the other in terms of individually. Madsen keeping up with Blaine now, so 15 points south, assisted by Durand on 12, Samarkano on 10, and obviously Justin Bassard checked out with 9. certainly again, like yesterday, keeping the key players, the ones making those shots. The straw is shared between 5 players at the moment, with Bizard unable to add to its 9 tally. Great way to start that quarter. Worthing need to respond. Spence, Chapman making the bucket there, 1 point. Chapman's got a double team on him straight away. Good defense by Bessard, but I think Arisol's hurt as he fell on his back. Dave Boyer comes off. A baseline pass, but went out of bounds. Randa still have shot. Chapman be done. Best on nice pass and play Blaine kicks out to Ward. Nice bounce pass to Moyer. Carbon copying how they, but this time it was Moyer net it to 3. Foreman drives all the way, coast to coast. Overcooked that one. 4-point game now after that. Arsol round the screen, left to right, gets the ball back. Moyer on the wing, shown inside by Walker, gets separation, back-to-back buckets. Lead is heading Worthing's way, 6-point ball game. Outside, thinks about it, with a lead so 6-point game, he'd rather have a more better look. Walker under the hoop. That was the better look. It's a 4-point game now. So back in defense in instant. High Water backing into Blaine. Nice spin move, gets the contact. Luckily he didn't get foul called there. I think it was enough contact for the refs to call that one. Double team there and almost a turnover there. Madison downtown. No good. Portland tried to get the rebound by jumping over Ward, but Moyer has the rebound. Aerosol drives inside, clear lane. Timeout call. Coach Stanley wants to talk things over there. What a way to start the fourth quarter. Both teams trading buckets. See to the replays there. And Worthing have the advantage. Lead. Stanley called timeout. Ward back off Rowan Thunder, and so too Samakano is currently on the ball. Nice movement by the poor Maestro guard. Really talented pickup. One of the most underrated players in D2 last season, in my opinion. I kept saying I felt like he was ready for the step up, and he has proven it so far. And he has 10 points after doing that. That's the third foul call of Dave Moyer. First foul for fourth quarter. Refs had gone 4 minutes before that, before calling a foul. Rare whistle-free moment. High Water gets a long inbound play to him. Madison low post, lies past side Pullman. Naz from the bench tells his team to calm down a bit. There's a certain possession. We've got 6 on the shot clock here. Kai goes to the sim pass to Madison, who almost loses the ball. Makes his own shot, bounced off front rim, and Aerosol break and went past Durand Reeves, and Chapman flings it in, and it's a 10-point game now. Biggest lead Worthing had the game, and it's best time to have the lead towards the end of the game now. Walker on the wing, double teamed immediately, down low to Madison. All the Jackson's low, and Worthing to pick up the leftovers there. They'll be pleased. Good bit of defensive play from them. They can add to their 10-point lead. Chapman just about saves it. Falls into the hoarding. Nice drive by Aerosol. 12-point lead now. Is going away from Solent here. We've barely had more than a 2-point lead since this second half. really missing Justin Bassard. Foreman thought about the three, back to Durant, top of the key. He'll like this one, and we like it too. It's snowing threes at the SSC, so it's still in this 9-point game. Light pass the ball to play, thinking about it. Nice bit of room, double teams there almost. Moyer's open. Kano going all the way. The man on the ring, look at the water. Founds Poorman. Captain no good. Mazza catches the rebound. Off the glass. Chapman again using this massive depth of arm space and gets the rebound. Whoever's got the other end. Ward, nice bounce past Chapman. He was fouled there. I don't think they'll say that was an attempt at a shot. Double change for Worthing with... Oh, it was going to be a double change. Abdul sat back down. For Tom Ward, I assume he's going to come on for Orland Chapman, but maybe just waiting a moment. Where I think Abdul thought Chapman was going to shoot two at the line, but now it's a baseline ball. He's no different little either. In terms of foul count, Madison's on 3 for Solent, Durant's on 4, and for Worthing, Moyer's on 3 as Eze gets a good cut in and adds to his tally. He's on 14 now. One second. Nice finish by Ricardo, and lucky not to get a go. Madison under the bar. She's having some mic problems here. Hope that's all resolved now as Madison's defensive rebound, 9-point ball game at the SSC. Got out of play. So stay a certain possession, I believe. Kind of blocked the that straight on angle, but I'm standing in the gantry. 4 minutes left of this one. Worthing really turned up in the second half. Another foul call, this time on, I think that was called on Aerosol. Just waiting for the scoreboard to update there. Pretty split out plays over here. Worthing ball here. Elias Toe is checked in for so with Madison having a little breather. Moyer staring down the court, hands off the plate, nice bit of move around the D. Alasar finds Moyer, so driving inside. Blaine doesn't get the shot to go before the shot clock expires. Good defense by Solent, but we're down to 3 at 39. They still got the chase at 9-point deficit. They really played well to say half and good value for the 9-point lead. Last time I saw was a Durant 3. I wonder if we'll see that again in a second. Durant on the right range, drives aside. Double team comes in. He finds Poorman. Lovely pat. I bet that's only a foul Blaine there as Tyler tried to kick it out to Durant. Really well to save that pass. And that's going to be. Oh, they called on Eze. I thought that was on Blaine, but. Kyle Walker on the ball. Nice little pass to Poorman. Him and him both have great team coaching. I've played together with D2 side. Nice steal by Andre Aerosol. Former DPOY showing why he's had the crown sat into the stands. Almost took out the cameras at court side, but definitely took out the lighting. Everyone's okay, but that was good. That was what you call very clear. A fan of football or soccer, as the Americans call it. so a really good deep defensive player. And lost this crown to Derby star last. Really looking at this year. Walk on the ring. No good. They're not having a good luck from the 3-point range. This half lane. Nice pass to Eze. Shoots over Palmer. Good finish. And that might just be the dagger. I think they were optimistically asking that was a backcourt violation. Palmer's definitely inside the Worthing half court. Charge called. Fortunately, I'm not 100% agreeing with that call, but Solent won't mind as they need to chip down this 11-point lead. Lack of mop boys here, and Shem and Matt Bishop's on hand to mop the court here as we head to the final 2.5 minutes. Close for slip on the play. That was a poor pass, and Abdul almost saves it. He went out of bounds. That's the second time we've seen a Worthing player dive to try to keep the ball in. And even the Solent family there, they appreciate the intensity and helped him up. This game looks like it's run away from Solent, but there's still time here. 11-point game, 2 minutes 15 left on the clock. Both teams have timeouts to use. Kestrels already used one already. Found on 3 team fouls, so there's some wiggle room. Refs just changing the clock a little bit. Move to 24. Wait to see what they're doing. I think they wanted the 14 seconds on the shot clock, but just waiting for them to get it all sorted. Regardless of something, so to be really happy with how they played, you know, keeping it tight against one of the league's leaders till almost the end of the third. But Worthing's quality is showing now, especially without Solent missing. Justin Basadio was bowed out in the first half. Momentum was almost lost since then. Worthing no, but Solent potent in the paint, but they kicked out Walker. Trey ball, just what Solent need. It's down to an 8-point game now. We just enter the last 2 minutes. Jerry on the court side, but getting a chance to go for defense, trying to spur up the Solent family. They're really noisy and passionate as Derby feeling, but it's probably only half full capacity here today. Had the spin moves, that was short. Good rebounding, so full confident now to go up the other end. Walker going low, but he knows he's got fat players in position. Easy 2-pointer from the baseline. Wow, we've got a game here, 6-point game with 90 seconds remaining. Worthing needs something here now. So they've always cut the lead down in half. Nice ball around the perimeter. Carlo on the floor. Got a bit of a mismatch going on here now. Kai Walker. Eze with the dunk. Statement dunk. Timeout called there by the Solent bench. That's a second timeout. It's now an 8-point game. 1 minute left of regular time for there to be a winner. Reminder, cup action here. Quarter final comes up for next for these one of these 2 teams. The winner will host the winner from the TBC Essex game. Refs asking both teams to get back on court after this timeout's expired already, but both teams still want to get their message across. Solent quicker for two teams to get back on the floor, with Kyle Walker, Ricky Madison, Gregory Durant, Samicano and Portman as 5 women just get on the court now, much later than Solent. With S5 felt easy to that dunk to cause the timeout and have Steve Abdul, Andre Alston, Haynes contingency with 1 minute remaining. 8-point game. Solent really needs to risk possession out of the timeout. Looks like a try for a 3-point play. Cardiff top of the key. Oh, big time play! Big play by Cardiff. You see him do that quite a lot here. 5-point game down to the last minute here. Solent need a stop if they want to force overtime or win themselves. Moya 14 on shot clock. Look for space. Solent. I think they just called an offensive foul to Steve Abdul. I'm not going to say, I'll just wait till the scoreboard says what the fouls are. They called that foul on Gregory Durant, who that's 5th foul. He's fouled out. Solent's 2nd team foul. They've used 2 of their timeouts already. We've got 41-8 on the game clock, 14 on the shot clock here. Solent with the 3-point in the last play, looking at defense clock here. Moya 3 running around. That Ken well. Eze looking for solid corner. Kyle Walker blocks that passing lane. Moya step back 3 from downtown. So get the rebound, play out the trap. Walker all the way. And one! Wow! The temper, the noise just got another level. Solent with the 3-point play opportunity. Timeout called here, and we read it back. Solent will go to the line, shoot the one play, and they could close the gap now to 2-possession game. Sorry, 1-possession game. It's 29-82. Make the free throw be a 2-point game. 19.8 on the shot clock. We could have overtime. Oh, Solent should have finished this in regular time. They will just need to hope that Solent missed this one and boxed out Solent on Robin. What a game we're having here. Here's some of the replays here. Kyle Walker, first let fouled. He's happy with that call. In the arena, also almost 200 people on the live stream, and I'm sure you're being entertained regardless of who you're supporting here. Nail-biting finish. Front on 14 fouls. Both teams have used 2 timeouts. Solent have Justin Bassard and Gregory Durant, but not fouled out. Bassard was fouled out in the first half of 2 sportsmanlike fouls. There's not a lot of fouls to give, unless you're David Moyer, who's on 4 fouls. With only Chapman and Eze on 2, with Alisson Abdul played on 1. We return to the action now with Kyle Walker shooting the line to reduce it to a 2-point play. And I think once this play is done, Coach Stanley will bring in Patrick Adedeji to help that defensive intensity. Hill, a pin dropping shooter. Kyle Walker makes that one. 2-point game, 19.8 seconds remaining. Madison will come off for this defensive play. Adedeji will come and probably guard. There's a bit of a mismatch. I don't think he wants to be guarded. He's only guarded left. Chapman looking for some space, finds Blaine, double team, tried it and fouled, pass it to Chapman, finds Moyer, 14 on the shot clock. Moyer will go to the line, shoot 2. We don't have about 13.6 seconds remaining. No live stats out, mind you, because it's not a mandatory requirement in these sort of cup situations. But I did tell you, Moyer missed both his free throws in the first half. Oh, I thought it was a 15 or 30 foul for Kestrels. Apologies, I thought it was Kestrels in the foul trouble. It was, it's Worthing, as I missed that call. Apologies, guys. That foul's going to be called a Savacano. Now both teams on 4 fouls. The next foul will go into the line. Worthing don't need anything from possession, so we need to foul or get a turnover. 12.7 seconds on the clock. Thunder up by 2. It's only a sideline ball, not a baseline ball here. It's correct call, so where the foul was. The referee's not had the best of days games that have improved in the second half, that has to be said. Less criticism there is deserved. Long pass to Moyer. Foul called. I think the Solent fans are hoping he let it carry on, because I think Moyer was going to fall off the court there. Now, as I was trying to pride and hurt it, Moyer will go to the line to shoot 2. He missed both his free throws in the first half. And added danger call for just Madison. 11.4 seconds, 2-point game. Moyer to the line to shoot 2. Kestrels will want to try and get something up quick. Either way, it's been an exciting game. Hope you enjoyed it. So Moyer goes to the line, shoots first one. That's the first one. He's now on 13 points. One of 5 guys at double digits alongside Blaine, 17, Moyer 13, Outsall 19, Chapman 10, Eze 16. 3-point game moment, 4 if he makes this one. Misses it. Kestrels get the rebound. 9 on the shot clock. Only 3-point play here. High Walker in the corner. Misses. Fouled there. Kestrels arena with a lit off that gone down. I've got so many fans in front of me with hands in their mouth, biting their nails. It's that sort of game. What a finale we're having to finish this one. Fourth foul call for the Carno. Tensions are at the highest mount here. We got 1.9 seconds left of the game. Thunder to line shoot 2. Here we go. Abdul closes game on the line. Misses the first. Abdul has 4 trips to line first time, making it 4, but he missed this one. Worthing getting players back with so we have 2 guys in the corner ready for a quick corner 3. Entertainment on the south coast here. Abdul going to make the second, or is he going to miss? He misses it. Corbin downtown. Oh, it matters a minute. Folks, what a great game. Worthing just about deserved winners, but credit to Solent, who not had the best of starts to the NBL D1 campaign, but a win yesterday and a real now lost day will give that confidence to the team. But Wow, just played. What a way to finish that game. 3-point game, led by Andre Alzon, leader 19 points. He got 22 points in the Kitchen Trophy win, followed by 18 to play. But today, it's again those two guys combined for the lion's share of points, with Alzon 19, Blade 17. And for Solent, obviously just because I found at first, our big catalyst in that loss, unfortunately, had a real impact half. But Kai Walker leading his team on 19 points, followed by Mansell 17. I was saying how both key men of both sides keeping up the other, not much split in terms of scoring, and Greg Durant, who just got fouled out recently, was on 15, followed by Khan on 30. But folks, what a double header we've had, and a triple header weekend here at the SFC in terms of senior hoops. It's been an honour to commentate all three, and I think the best thing lost. Really close game here. Congratulations to Warren Thunder, they're through to the quarter-final. Solent, their first loss in the National Cup since the 18-19 final from Loughborough. But when they lost that game, they went on board everything. I don't think that's going to happen now, but they'll feel confident going forward ahead of this season. They really found their competitive edge, and they'll be looking up the table rather than down. Thank you for joining in. I say the great live streams on Barcelona YouTube channel. Shout out to the Solar Production student-led team who volunteered a lot of hours over this weekend. 2 games yesterday, 1 today. And obviously Barcelona will be the hub for live stream. I'm Chris Hughes, your host. Stay safe, and we'll see you again soon. Have a great weekend.
So coming up for you on Sonar Sport on Sunday the 11th of December at 3 p.m. we've got Kestrels versus Hoods. That will be right here on the Basketball England YouTube page by us Sonar Sport stream as well. Also on demand we've got yesterday's game against the Cavaliers. That's also on Basketball England YouTube. On the Saturday the 10th we've got the Women's Division 1 game against Riders from the Solent Sports Complex. And on the 11th of December at 3 p.m. as well we've got the Kestrel v Hoods. Watch out for that women's game though, that's at 3:30. We've also got some Bucks games for you on the 7th of December at 6 p.m. We've got the men's 2 Solent v Cardiff, and then looking ahead to the new year on the 25th of January we've got the game versus Cardiff Met.